Andrew Tucker, and welcome to Andrew Tucker World. It's the main event. Main event. Tyron Woodley. Let's go. Main event. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. What's going on, everybody? It's the main event. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley 2. I'm about to do some live commentary real quick. My brother Art Samson in the building. Much love and respect, my brother. Welcome to the live stream. My brother Art Samson in the building. Much love and respect, my brother. Welcome to the live stream. Tyron Woodley is in the ring. Jake Paul is in the ring. Both fighters look ready. You know, I feel like Tyron Woodley. I feel like he's going to win this rematch. You know, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Paul win the fight. But I'm going for Tyron Woodley. But I believe it's going to be a good little fight. You know, Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. About to give y'all some live commentary. It's the main event. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley 2, the rematch. Both fighters in the ring. And I'm about to get ready to do some live commentary. Much love and respect to everybody that's in the chat. And much love and respect to everybody that's joining me live for this last minute live stream for the Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley rematch. Round one is about to begin. And it's an 8-round fight. The rematch, Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Part 2. Round 1 is about to begin. Here we go. Jab by Tyron Woodley. Jab to the body by Tyron Woodley. 2-punch combination by Tyron Woodley was blocked by Jake Paul. Jab by Tyron Woodley. Jab to the body by Tyron Woodley was avoided by Jake Paul. 2-punch combination by Tyron Woodley was avoided by Jake Paul. Jab to the body by Tyron Woodley, very effective. Tyron Woodley attempts a hook, but wasn't effective. Jake Paul attempts a hook, but wasn't effective. A right hand attempted by Jake Paul, but it was avoided by Tyron Woodley. Jab to the body by Jake Paul was avoided by Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley attempts a right hand to the body, but it was avoided by Jake Paul. Jake Paul attempts a hook to the body, but was blocked by Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley attempts a right hand. Double jab. Good hooks to the body by Jake Paul. Hooks to the body by Jake Paul was very effective. Much love and respect to everybody in the chat. They both are exchanging, but none of these punches are landing. Break it up, ref. Break it up, ref. Much love and respect to everybody in the chat. Two-punch combination by Jake Paul that was blocked by Tyron Woodley. Jab by Tyron Woodley. Hook to the body by Jake Paul. Jab. They both exchanged jabs. Tyron Woodley attempts a hook, but was avoided by Jake Paul. Jab to the body by Jake Paul, very effective. Jab to the body by Jake Paul, very effective. Jab to the body by Tyron Woodley, was avoided by Jake Paul. Tyron Woodley attempts a right hand, but was avoided by Jake Paul. And that's the end of the first round. I don't know. It's kind of hard to score that first round. It was kind of hard to score that first round. It was close. But I probably slightly gave that first round. I probably slightly gave that first round to Tyron Woodley. I slightly gave that first round to Tyron Woodley. Round number two. Two-punch combination by Tyron Woodley, avoided by Jake Paul. Jake Paul with the two-punch combination, but was blocked by Tyron Woodley. Oh, that was a big overhand right by Jake Paul. Was very effective. Tyron Woodley attempts a jab. Two-punch combination by Jake Paul was avoided by Tyron Woodley. But it was a big overhand right that landed by Jake Paul. Very effective. Break it up, Ruff. Let's go. Two-punch combination by Jake Paul that was blocked by Tyron Woodley. Jab to the body by Jake Paul was very effective. They both are exchanging shots. Two-punch combination by Tyron Woodley. That was avoided by Jake Paul. Both fighters are holding and hitting. Both fighters are holding and hitting. Two-punch combination by Jake Paul was blocked by Tyron Woodley. They both are exchanging. They both are letting their hands fly, letting their hands go. None of these punches were effective, though. They're holding and hitting. Break it up, rough. Break it up, rough. Break it up. Three-punch combination by Jake Paul. Those punches were blocked, were avoided. Two-punch combination by Jake Paul. Punches were avoided by Tyron Woodley. Jake Paul most definitely won that round. I now have it 1 round apiece. Tyron Woodley won the first round. Jake Paul most definitely won the second round. Much love and respect to everybody in the chat. Much love and respect to everybody that's joining me live for this live commentary of Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, the rematch. Much love and respect to everybody. Yeah, Jake Paul most definitely won the second round. First round went to Tyron Woodley. I have it 1-1. 1 round apiece. This is now round number 3. Round number 3. Tyron Woodley rushes forward with a 2-punch combination, but those punches were avoided. He attempts a hook. He attempts a hook. Oh, good 2-punch combination by Jake Paul was very effective. Another 2-punch combination by Jake Paul that was avoided by Tyron Woodley, was actually blocked by Tyron Woodley. It was a clash of heads, and now Jake Paul has a cut over the top on the top of the head. On the top of his head, he has a cut. I mean, over the forehead. I'm sorry, over the forehead, he has a cut. Oh, a nice 2-punch combination by Tyron. Oh, a big right hand by Tyron Woodley. That was very effective. Oh, Jake Paul attempts a big wide hook, but was avoided by Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley is now starting to apply pressure. He's now starting to apply pressure and come forward, throwing a flurry of punches. Now, a lot of these punches are landing, but he was able to, not too long ago, able to land a 2-punch combination. Was very effective. The 3-punch combination for Jake Paul. Those punches were blocked by Tyron Woodley. Jab to the body by Jake Paul was avoided by Tyron Woodley. Then he attempts a jab, but was blocked by Tyron Woodley. Oh, a good 2-punch combination by Jake Paul. That was very effective. Tyron Woodley is coming forward, pushing back Jake Paul. He's pushing Jake Paul back. Oh, that was a nice right hand by Tyron Woodley. Was very effective. Much love and respect to everybody that's in the chat. Much love and respect to everybody that's joining me live. Tyron Woodley attempts a right hand, but wasn't effective. Break it up, ref. Break it up. Fighters are holding and hitting. Break it up, ref. Let's go. Tyron Woodley rushes forward with a right hand, but was avoided by Jake Paul. Jake Paul is bleeding badly. He's bleeding badly with the cut that's over the forehead. With a cut that's on the forehead, I'm sorry. That was most definitely a close round, but I gave that round to Tyron Woodley. So now I have it 2 rounds to 1 for Tyron Woodley. Accidental headbutt that caused a bad cut on the forehead. It was an accidental headbutt that caused a bad cut on the forehead of Jake Paul. Yeah, I agree 100%. Don Machiavelli. He says Tyron Wood, T Wood is trying to take Jake's head off. Yeah, he is, man. He's trying to knock his head clean off. Trying to knock his head clean off, man. Much love and respect to the General Don Machiavelli. Two punch. Jake Paul tried a hook, a right hook, left hook to the body, but was avoided by Tyron Woodley. Jab by Jake Paul. He attempts a wide hook that was avoided by Tyron Woodley. Oh, that was a good left hook that landed by Tyron Woodley. Catches Jake Paul coming in. A nice uppercut on the inside by Tyron Woodley. Two punch combination coming from Tyron Woodley that was avoided by Jake Paul. Nice combination by Jake Paul, was very effective. A nice three punch combination where two of those punches landed to the body, and then he tried to go back upstairs to the head. But it seemed like a hook, but it was blocked by Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley attempts a right hand, but was blocked by Jake Paul. Tyron Woodley slams Jake Paul on the ground. He slams Jake Paul on the ground. Jab to the body by Jake Paul. Two punch combination by Jake Paul that was avoided by Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley tries to load up on the right hand, but it was avoided by Jake Paul. Oh man, that was an overhand right that almost landed on the chin of Tyron Woodley, but he did a good job at avoiding that shot. That was a very tough round to score, but I slightly gave that round. I slightly gave that round to Tyron Woodley. I slightly gave that round to Tyron Woodley. I now have it 3-1 for Tyron Woodley. 3-1. That round was kind of close, but I slightly gave it to Tyron Woodley. He was slightly a little bit more accurate, slightly a little bit more effective, a little bit more aggressive. You know what I mean? So I most definitely gave that round to Tyron Woodley. Much love and respect to everybody in the chat, to my brothers that's in the chat. Much love and respect to you guys. Jab to the body by Tyron Woodley, jab to the head, but none of those punches were effective. He attempts a two-punch combination. Oh, they both were exchanging. They both are exchanging, trying to load up on big shots, but none of those punches were able to land. Jab, jab by Jake Paul. Jake Paul jab to the body. He tried to jab to the body, then he tried to jab to the head. None of those punches were effective. double jab, double jab by Jake Paul. Then he tries to load up with a hook. She tries to attempt the 3-punch combination. Double jab and a hook to the body, but none of those punches were effective. Tyron Woodley. Oh, that was a nice right hand by Tyron Woodley. Oh, a good 2-punch combination on the inside by Tyron Woodley. He catches Jake Paul coming in. That was a nice 2-punch combination by, a clash of heads. It was an accidental headbutt. It was an accidental headbutt. Two-punch combination by Tyron Woodley that was avoided by Jake Paul. Jake Paul tried to answer back with a 2-punch combination of his own, but those punches were avoided by Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley tried to load up on the right hand, but it wasn't effective. It was avoided by Jake Paul. They both are exchanging jabs. Tyron Woodley tried to jab to the body. Jake Paul tried to jab to the head, but those punches were avoided. Both fighters were able to avoid each other's shots. Now they're holding and hitting. Break it up, ref. They're holding and hitting. Break it up, ref. Break it up, ref. Oh, good 3-punch combination by Tyron Woodley. Was very effective. Oh, a big right hand by Tyron Woodley. Very effective. Tyron Woodley attempts another 2-punch combination, but it was blocked. It was blocked by Jake Paul. Tyron Woodley attempts a right hand. Jake Paul attempts a hook on the inside. Attempts a hook. He tried to catch Tyron Woodley coming in, but Tyron Woodley did a good job at avoiding that shot. That most definitely was a Tyron Woodley round. Most definitely was a Tyron Woodley round. You know, Jake Paul landed a few good shots here and there, but the busier fighter, the more effective, more accurate fighter between the two is most definitely Tyron Woodley, and he won that last round. Jake Paul landed a few good shots here and there, but it just wasn't enough to win the round. Tyron Woodley was more accurate, more effective, and he was slightly more busier, landed more shots. That was most definitely a Tyron Woodley round. This is now round number 6, and I have it 5 rounds to 1. I have it 4 rounds to 1. I'm sorry, 4 rounds to 1 for Tyron Woodley. Jake Paul is attempting jabs. Tyron Woodley tries to load up on the right hand, but wasn't effective. Tyron Woodley tries to jab to the body, but wasn't effective. He tries to jab to the body again, but wasn't effective. It looked like he landed a short left hook on the inside. Tyron Woodley landed a short little left hook on the inside. Three-punch combination by Jake Paul was blocked by Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley comes forward with the 2-punch combination, but was avoided by Jake Paul. Good jab by Tyron Woodley was very effective. 2-punch combination by Jake Paul. Looked like one of those punches were actually landed. Tyron Woodley answers back with a 2-punch combination of his own. Jab by by Tyron Woodley. Oh, a nice right hand by Tyron Woodley was very effective. That landed on the chin of Jake Paul. Oh, Tyron Woodley was able to make Jake Paul miss a three-punch combination. Oh, that was a very big right hand by Jake Paul to knock out Tyron Woodley. It was a very big right hand by Jake Paul to knock out Tyron Woodley. A very lethal right hand by Jake Paul to knock out Tyron Woodley. Wow. Wow, Jake Paul just knocked out Tyron Woodley. Wow. Wow. Wow, that was a vicious, devastating right hand. Devastating right hand that landed on the chin of Tyron Woodley to knock him out. That was a very deadly, man, that was a very vicious one-punch knockout. One-punch knockout. Man, that was a very vicious, very lethal right hand by Jake Paul to knock out Tyron Woodley. Man. Wow. Wow. Jake Paul wins by 6-round knockout. That was a vicious right hand that landed on the chin of Tyron Woodley. Wow. That was a vicious right hand. Very big right hand. One-punch knockout by Jake Paul to knock out Tyron Woodley. That was a very big right hand. Wow. A very big right hand, man. And the fight is over, people. Man. And the fight is over. And the fight is over. A big right hand landed on the chin of Tyron Woodley to put him out. To put him out. Wow. That was a very big right hand by Jake Paul to knock out Tyron Woodley. He knocked him out with a big right hand. A big right hand, man. Yes, I agree with you, Art Samsung. At least means no trilogy. Yeah, man. No trilogy at all. JD, my brother JD of Lanka says Jake Paul looking bad out there. Yeah, Tyron Woodley was winning the fight up until he got knocked out by that big right hand, by that vicious right hand. That was a lethal right hand. Man, that was a vicious knockout. Much love and respect to all my brothers, Don Machiavelli, Art Samsung, my brother Art Sam, you know what I'm saying, my brother JD, you know, Don Machiavelli. Much love and respect to all you guys that joined me live, that came through to show love, man. I'm finna go ahead and end this live stream. I love you guys. I'm finna go ahead and break the news of this vicious knockout by Jake Paul. I'm finna go ahead and break the news. I'll be see you guys in the next live, man. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next live. Thank you guys for joining me. Much love and respect. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm finna head out. I'm finna report this news real quick. Love you guys. I'm out.